Hello again. On this video, we're going to talk, as I told you, about some different kind of adverbs. And these adverbs are called adverbs of frequency. What that means is that they tell you how often you do things, with which frequency you do certain things. And they have come up with some really nice way of organizing how you can express the frequency with some particular adverbs. And this image, I like it very much, and I hope that you have seen it in the past and you have used it in class as well. But if you haven't, let me go over it again. The first one is, if you do something 100% of the times, you would say that you do that always. Means all the time, always. A little bit less frequently, like let's say, this is not exactly like that, but let's say that it's approximately 90% of the time. If you do something 90% of the time, that would be usually. Usually. Remember the pronunciation. Usually. Not you, shu or su. No. Usually. And not usually. No, it's usually. And it's about 90% of the times. 80%, a little less than that, that would be normally, like, or generally. I normally do things generally, like 80% of the times, 8 out of 10. The next one is often or frequently. Often or frequently, it's about 70% of the times, 7 out of 10. Half of that would be sometimes. When sometimes you do some things, sometimes you don't. That is, we use the adverb sometimes for those actions that happen, like half of the time. The next one, about 30%, this is not exact, remember, would be occasionally. Occasionally. It's not occasionally, no, occasionally. Occasionally, that will be about 30%. 10% will be seldom. It's like almost never. Imagine 1 out of 10 times you do that. And 5% less than that would be rarely. So rarely, almost never. All right? And when you never do something, when you do that at no time, we use the adverb never. All right? So that's the chart. And as I told you, it doesn't have to be exactly like that, but that gives you an idea. All right. With these adverbs, I have an activity for you, and it's called Who I Am. The question, who am I? All right. Who am I? Thing is that I'm going to give you some group of people, 3 or 4 people, and they are going to describe what they do and how often they do those things. All right. Sometimes they don't say how often, but with the nature of what they do, the idea is that you try to guess who the person is. All right? So for the first group, we have a man who says that he is one of those, he has one of those occupations that you see there. So you understand bodyguard, police officer, security guard, soldier. You understand the difference? Bodyguard, like personal security. Police officer, they work for the police department. Security guard, they work at malls. Private surveillance, private security. And soldier, yeah, the person who defends our nation or who protects our nation. All right, so listen to the first description.
I generally protect people from danger.
I generally protect people from danger. That means any of them could be, right? Listen to the next description.
I wear a uniform every day.
I wear a uniform every day. Well, now we have something. Not everybody here wears a uniform all the time. Who doesn't wear a uniform all the time? Yes, bodyguard. All right, so, but we have the other 3 there. Listen to the next description.
I often watch buildings and streets.
I often watch buildings and streets. Who watches buildings and streets? Probably the 3 of them, right? And the next one.
I work for the government.
Work for the government. Well, if they work for the government, probably not necessarily the security guard, not necessarily, probably all of them. So let's wait for the last description to see if we can guess who the person is. Listen.
I sometimes take suspects to jail.
I sometimes take suspects to jail. That means that who takes people to jail of those? So the answer is yes, the police officer. Good job. All right, ready for the next one? Okay, this is a little easier because it's only 3 occupations and we're going to choose one. All right? And it's a lady who's going to describe her job and we're going to guess what kind of job that is. You understand camera operator, somebody who operates a camera, photographer, takes pictures, and TV host, person who is like the person who leads a TV show like Don Francisco or Christina, those people. All right. Let's listen to the first description.
I work at a TV station.
She says that she works at a TV station. I think all of them could work at a TV station, right? Let's listen to the next one.
I work with celebrities.
Oh, celebrities. Famous people. I guess all of them can work with celebrities. Next one.
I like to capture special moments with my camera.
Like to capture special moments with my camera. Capture moments with my camera. That means that probably the TV host, they can have a camera and take special pictures, capture moments, but that is not like an occupation. So I guess we can get rid of the TV host for now, and we only have 2 here. See the next one. Listen.
I set lights in a special way to create a specific scene.
I set lights. Camera. I think both, right? Both have to set lights in a special way to create a specific scene. Oh, in a special way. And probably the last one is going to help us get the answer. Listen.
I may take 100 pictures just to choose the best one.
Yeah. Who takes 100 pictures just to choose one? Has to be a photographer. Good job. All right. Let's go for the last one. Ready? We have 4 people again. And this man could be could be a doctor, a nurse, person who assists patients, surgeon, person who uses a scalpel and performs surgery, and veterinarian. We can say veterinarian or we can say vet only. So who of these occupations, which of these occupations is this person? Listen to the first description.
I work at a hospital every day.
I work at a hospital every day. All of them work at a hospital every day. Thank you very much, but that doesn't help us. Next.
I visit my patients frequently.
I visit my patients frequently. I think all of them. I don't know if the surgeon does that. I guess they may. Yeah. Yes, if they're at a hospital, they do that. A vet, they visit animals. Yes. Doesn't help us very much. Next.
I sometimes draw blood when necessary.
I sometimes draw blood when necessary. Draw blood is when they use a syringe to extract blood. So, probably, yeah. Let's see. I think that all of them may draw blood when necessary. The vet, the surgeon, the nurse, the doctor. I don't know if the doctor does that. Probably the doctor might not be the person who does that all the time because that's why they have nurses.
I check your vital signs often.
I check your vital signs often. I check your vital signs often. Who does that? The doctor, the nurse, the surgeon. Probably I would go for the nurse. The surgeon probably has to do that. I guess the nurse or the surgeon might do that. Let's see the last one. Listen.
I wear my uniform every day.
I wear my uniform. Who wears a uniform all the time? Especially a uniform. That would be the nurse. Yes? That's it? Well, if you guess those 3 occupations right, you are doing a very, very good job. If not, if you were paying attention, you're learning from this, and that is also very good. So we're gonna see you. I'm gonna see you on the next video. It's the last video in which we're gonna talk about adverbs. Actually, we should say it's the last video on. It's the last video on which we're gonna talk about adverbs. So I have a special activity for you. I'll wait for you there. See you next time.